So most people think that the only way to solve a cash flow crunch is to take out a business loan. But what if I told you that the money that you need is already in your business? It's locked in invoices, inventory, and customer habits. And today, what I'm going to do is show you 5 ways that how you can speed up your cash flow without taking on new debt. Now, this is somebody who sells debt for a living, right? Who sells funding. Now, let's use a real business example. You sell commercial cleaning kits to, let's just say, office buildings and janitorial contractors. Now, each kit sells for $500, and you invoice your customers with a net 30-day terms. You just delivered 20 of those kits totaling $10,000 in invoices, right? 20 times 500 is 10,000. So there's 5 ways, again, we talked about improving your cash flow. Number one is early payment discounts. Now, instead of waiting 30 days, offer your client a 2% early payment discount. Now, if they pay within ten days. So 2% of $10,000 is what? $200, right? And so they pay you what? $9,800 and you get it in 10 days instead of 30 days. Now, why does this work? So you're essentially buying back your cash early for a $200 fee, which is much cheaper than borrowing it at, let's say, a 15% interest rate, APR. It's like a trade. You give up a slice of your profit today to gain access to cash faster, which you can use to restock, maybe pay staff, or maybe take on another order. Because typically that's why you want the money funds right now so that you can make more money later on, right? So think of it like this: offering a customer a shortcut if they can help you just push the wagon, they get there faster and you free up your hands. All right, so number two, factor in your invoices. So invoice factoring. So let's just say you don't want to discount your invoices, but you still want your money now. You can factor that $10,000 invoice to a third party finance company, and that the factor gives you 90% upfront, which equals $9,000. And typically it's anywhere from 70 to 90%. But when your customer pays, you get that final 10%, $1,000 minus a small fee. And we'll use the same number in number one. So let's just say the fee is 2%. So you keep that, what, $9,800 total. It's just like the early payment discount, but the customer still pays in 30 days. Now, the benefit of that is you keep your price intact, but you offload those collections. And this is really big because a lot of times your customer, especially if it's a new customer that you have, they won't allow you to discount, mainly because I've seen it all the time. Recently, I had a client, their terms are 90 days versus 30 days in this example. And typically, if you're a newer supplier, it's hard to command those short terms. So a lot of times what you wanted, so this can be a good option. And this is like selling your rain check to someone else who's willing to wait out for the storm for you. All right, so number three, vendor negotiation and stretching your payables. So while you're waiting to speed up your receivables, you can also slow down your payables. So let's just say you buy cleaning product inventory for 4,000 and you normally pay suppliers in 15 days. So ask for 30 days or even 45 days, which gives you extra flow time. So your customer payment comes in before you actually have to pay for the inventory. So the result is no loans, no interest, just better timing, right? So you'll be able to manage from when you get paid to when you have to pay out. Now, the example, your customer pays you on day 10, which is like those early two examples, which is $9,800 from that discount, and you don't have to pay your vendor in day 30. Now that's a 20-day float that you can reinvest, right? Now, one of the other things is, and this is a bonus thing, is a lot of times with invoice factoring or 80 early pay discount, sometimes you can ask your vendor for a discount if you're paying early, right? To reinvest. But a lot of times you may need that cash to reinvest your business to buy inventory or or maybe market your business so you can bring in more revenue. So number four, inventory bundling and pre-sale. So if you got inventory that's just sitting around, bundle those slow moving items with fast sellers to create new offers. So, for example, you have a $2,000 worth of slower inventory. You can package it as, let's say, janitorial, the deluxe kit, and maybe sell those 40 kits at $100 each. And that's an additional $4,000 in revenue. So what you did is you just turned dead inventory into liquid cash. So better yet, what you could also do is you could offer prepayment discounts on monthly recurring supply deliveries. So for example, you pay $450 today and get 3 months of cleaning kits instead of $500 a month. That's what you would tell your customer, right? So pay us the 450 today, and then you can get those 3 months of cleaning kits instead of paying that $500 a month. Now it's like turning leftovers into a special combo meal that sells out before lunch. And for some of those restaurateurs there that may be throwing away a lot of stuff, this that can be a big opportunity. And be careful that you don't want your customers thinking that that's something that you're going to do all the time, right? So number five, subscription as well as prepayment models. So you can offer customers a way to prepay for regular deliveries in exchange for a small discount, or maybe put them on if they're not ordering it on a consistent basis. You can put them on some. So let's just say one customer buys $500 kits every month. What you can do is you can offer a 10% discount if they prepay. So for those three kits, $1,350 for the next 3 months instead of that 1,500 total, 1,500. And that gives you more upfront cash and locks in your customer. Because if they're going to pay upfront, the likelihood that they stay with you is probably going to be higher. Now, the upside of that is you have predictable revenue and stronger customer retention. Now, the downside of that is you're given a small discount, but that cash today might cover payroll or marketing where you can get more customers or bulk ordering where you can go back to your vendor and get a discount, right? So in closing, cash flow is the oxygen for your business. You don't always need to borrow to breathe easier, right? Sometimes just you just need to rearrange how fast money comes in and how slow it, how to slow it when it goes out, right? Now you can use these five tools like levers, and you can move your business further with the same resources. Now, one of the things I forgot to mention is, especially with the vendor negotiation, instruction payables, a lot of times they won't do that unless they know that you're good for it. So one of the things that you want to do, especially for newer vendors, they're going to check your credit profile. So one of the cool things about one of the things that we do with the invoice factoring, we're reporting on that credit history to build your credit profile so that you can command longer terms with your suppliers. Or if you're taking on newer vendor relationships, you want to build that business credit profile to take advantage. So if you want to learn how to build that business credit profile that opens more doors to funding, you can join our upcoming masterclass at keysforbusiness.com, and you can let your business fund itself faster.